All right. Hey, good morning. Hey, just so you know, service today is going to look a little different. We've got some awesome students up here.
Subpar.
We've got an awesome and subpar student up here. No, you guys are both great. Jenna and Elijah are two of our students that went to the Dominican Republic on our trip a couple weeks ago, and we just wanted you guys at the church to be able to hear firsthand some of the experiences that they got to have. I will clarify and say the interviewees each service have been different. So first service was Kevin Leimeister and Candace Troyer. Second service was Amanda Fleming and Oren Stoller. So you'll definitely want to go back and check out those interviews online after the service. But I am so excited for you guys to be up here and for the week that you had. So just tell me, let's just dig in a little bit. Tell me some of the good moments that happened on the trip.
I think for me that the best part of the trip was probably the relationship building, both with the church that we worked with and the group from Texas. I was a little nervous at first because obviously we didn't really know the people we were going to be working with, but it ended up being a really great week. And I think my favorite part of the week was probably just seeing how El Circulo, that was the name of the church that we were with, just how they served and loved each other and us. Like, their entire church was invited to come out on each of the work sites with us. It was just amazing, the teamwork and dedication to the Lord that they had.
Oh, that's cool.
I'd say for me, probably just the worship. We got to go to church twice there, and we got to lead worship on Wednesday. That was like Noah, me, and another girl from another church. And then probably just the joy all the kids had, the poverty they were in, but they were just able to be so joyful, and I was just so amazed. I'm like, here in the United States, joy is not as, like, there, I guess, but yeah the joy.
Cool. So the training that we had beforehand, one of the mission covenants that we learned about was we're not necessarily going over there to bring God to them. God is already there. He's already working, and we're joining for a week hand in hand with him for his mission. So tell me a little bit about how you saw God working in the DR.
Yeah, so like I said, with the El Circulo Church, the people there, like, they are like a family. They set aside their own time. They took their own vacations from work to come in alongside and help us. Well, more like we helping them, because these were all their projects. The missionaries they've been working with for ages, they just set up these specific work days where they knew that they would need extra hands, and they came along and they served with us. So I think that I just really saw God working through the church that was already there.
Oh, that's cool.
Similar answer, but I'd just say with the missionaries that were there, just the relationships they built with each and every one. I know Kevin mentioned it in first service, just we went and did concrete in a pretty rough area, and Kevin was like, what's next? And the missionary said, the first thing he said was to continue to build the relationships, and I thought that was so cool.
Cool. So throughout the week, these students had different opportunities to go to different places throughout the Dominican Republic and do different projects, from pouring concrete. I think we've got a picture of that up here somewhere. And from pouring concrete, that's Oren, not concrete. From pouring concrete to getting to go into like a pregnancy resource center, into getting to play with the children in the foster homes. So, but one kind of event really stood out to me. So tell us a little bit about your opportunity to spend time in a leper colony and kind of your feelings going into that, but also how they might have morphed and what you took away from that time.
Yeah, I would say that was probably one of my favorite days of the trip. Obviously going in, everyone was a little bit nervous, but they had one of the missionaries come to explain to us that, like, he came here every week. It was completely safe. And so when we went, I think I was just honestly surprised with the joy that the people had there. I would say there were the occasional few that were obviously had it rougher than others. But I would say that even though, like, some of them couldn't even see their families, they were just so happy. They were happy to see us. They were happy that we brought some fun snacks from some fun games, and we just hung out and played with them, played some games, and talked to them. And I think that was the moment I knew it was going to be a really great week, because that was the first moment that I saw our group, El Circulo, and the Texas group working side by side, and I was like, this is going to be an awesome week.
Cool. I think we've got a picture from the leper colony as well. Should be the next one. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I'd say for me, we broke off into these prayer groups, and so it was me, Jacob, a kid named Santi, and his brother, and then a representative from El Circulo. And Jake and I were the only ones who didn't speak fluent Spanish in that group. So we're just kind of standing back and just sitting back and enjoying just them talking, and Jake and I are like, I wonder what they're saying. And then we asked Santi after, he's like, oh, she's just saying, praise the Lord, and her name was Fabia, I think, and she was just so joyful, and it was just awesome to see her joy, even though she was suffering that disease, but that was really, really good experience for me.
Cool. So, little more personal now. Mission trips have an incredible way of impacting you, specifically and individually. So, how did this trip impact you guys individually, and what are you going to take away from it going forward?
I would say that I really saw, like you said, our mission principle of how God is already working, and I've been seeing the work that OCC does in our community, and I'd like to be more a part of serving in my community, both here and at my school in Alabama. With that, just seeing how the people at El Circulo served, I'd like to do something similar.
That's cool.
I'd say for me, God provides, and here in the United States, we take that for granted sometimes. We complain about the littlest stuff, like gas is expensive, and at least we have a car to get from point A to point B, and just how we can complain about the silliest stuff, and then these people in a different country are fighting for their life, and they don't know if they have a meal on their plate the next day, and it's just how grateful we should be as people in the United States. I know not everyone in the United States is as fortunate, but missions is everywhere, and God provides for each and everyone's needs, and I think that's cool. Just
cool. Well, any last closing remarks, comments from either of you?
I'd like to thank the church. Your guys' incredible generosity is what made our trip possible. So I'd just like to thank each and every person who gave.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. We appreciate it.
Cool. Can we give a hand of applause to these guys? Man, getting to see students like these, just all of our students and leaders in the youth ministry, this is a cool place to serve. Getting to see God work and move both in the El Circulo Church, but also here at OCC. God is doing some amazing things. And again, just from me, thank you guys for your prayers, for your financial support, for just fostering a community here that puts a priority on the next gen and on missions. It's an amazing thing to be a part of. And I'm reminded, just listening to these guys' stories and talking, how important the gospel message is. How important it is that we go out and we have these types of experiences. So right now what we're going to do is we're going to watch a little announcement, bumper video, and then we're going to go into an abbreviated sermon time as we continue our worship. But for right now, let's go ahead and watch this video.